Hey, what's up everyone? I am going to have to attempt to make this video again because I've tried it once and it did not want to work. So, my battery's at 11% on this tablet, but it just completely shut off on me and the video did not work. I was extremely proud of the video. It was like how it turned out and everything, and then that's what it did to me, but oh well. I'm going to just try this again. But if there's something you don't know about me, and if you're not in, I really like poetry, and I like writing, I like poetry and music, and I suppose I fancy myself sort of a bit of a lyricist, if you will. But if you don't like that type of thing, move along and find another channel, find something else. But I'm thinking of creating a channel dedicated to poetry, because poetry and writing, I feel like I can write down a lot of my best thoughts. Actually come to me when I go to sleep, or when I wake up and I wish I'd written a lot of them down or typed them in the phone. And that's what, and it happens to so many artists and so many writers and things. They things that come to their mind while they're in that dream state, that REM sleep mode. They wake up and they wish they'd written it down. Well, that's what's happened to me so many different times. But some of them I have, and some of them I have not. But I will say that I enjoy writing poetry, and it gives you an ability to express yourself through your creative abilities in writing. And if you can't be, and first of all, some people, they might not like this particular thing or that particular thing. Everyone's different. But I mean, if you can't be real to yourself, then unless it's harmful to yourself, but if you can't be real to yourself, you're doing yourself an injustice. You got to be real to who you are, and you've got to be real and be true to yourself, and that's what really matters. And don't let anyone change you. Don't let people change you. Find yourself and be real to yourself. That's what really is important. And so many people will try to shape and change themselves based on the agenda or the industry or something, and they wind up changing themselves, and you see that change. And it's best to be real to yourself no matter what, and be humble. Don't forget to always be humble as well. But I've written some poetry that I want to be sharing in the near future. I might share one of my random writings in this video. I think that was written many years back, but I think it was officially put in my phone on March 1st, 2016. So, a little over 3 years ago. And I'm thinking of creating another channel called Poetry Corner. And that if that's something you're interested in, let me know. I already created another channel regarding my other paranormal and supernatural occurrences called Seriously Supernatural, but I only got 2 subscribers on it, so I didn't really go. I even created an intro video and everything. But I like to have an outlet for my emotions at any given moment, and poetry is a great way to do that. Writings are a great way to do that, and it's a part of me that it gets. Sometimes it is, and sometimes it isn't. Sometimes it's just random writings, but many times it's a part of yourself extended into the spoken word. And that's a beautiful thing about writing, is you can express yourself in various creative ways. But one of the poems that I wrote was a very deep, I always went deep like Edgar Allan Poe style. And I'm going to read that right now. I don't know whether it was merely a random set of cascading thoughts, knocking at the walls and foundation of my mind, slowly creeping quickly, yes, though this be an oxymoron, into my mind's cavern, scratching on the walls of my brain. Here we go again, twisting. It is twisting at the once stable knob, holding the door to insanity shut, now opening, creaking like madness. You can hear, even with rambling thoughts, not able to hear mine own, for subconscious tapping and noises saying, "Here I am," once more. And time again, "Shall I haunt you," it says, "till it's over, and if, only if, regeneration were to occur, only then would it maybe leave me alone. But afraid I shall remain, that if it leaves me, or it, or I, shall find each other again. Shall I be in peace, as the door to insanity, maybe, just maybe, shall remain shut? Please, tightly shut this door. Let the guarantee of never enduring this again be true. But ever there be, forever I see, a knocking at that door, which was once was sealed, now knocking again, knob turning once more. Written on hinge, what's that I see? Words as plain as black and white. Insanity. On this door, as it opens again, I feel the chill of the night, bringing with it the fright. Blessed be I this time, or those who feel this way, I say, good night. And that was my poem. I don't know what that was outside. It sounded like some screaming sounds. Some whistling and howling type sounds. Huh. Right as I was doing that poem. I wrote that poem as it was just some random thoughts that were popping in my mind. I was so deep at that moment. And each poem usually expressed my thoughts at any given moment. Whether it was darkness, depression, anxiety, happiness, or just exuberant expression of joy, or just deepness, whichever, or even sadness, or to happiness, and everything in between. I was up and down like a roller coaster ride, and I had different emotions at different given times. And sometimes they didn't even stem from the emotions of the moment. I just wrote them in hopes of that peace that I would write about sometimes. But the first part of it is it's talking about these. I don't know whether it was a random set of cascading thoughts knocking at the walls and foundation of my mind, slowly creeping quickly. Yes, though this be an oxymoron, into my mind's cavern, scratching on the walls of my brain. And an oxymoron, if you're not familiar in English literature, an oxymoron is basically two things that just, they don't go together. They're put together, but they don't go together, or they mean completely opposite things. And creeping quickly, slowly creeping quickly, is an oxymoron, because it's slowly creeping, but yet quickly. It's like that they don't go together, but they're together. And then I stated, here we go again. Here we go again, twisting. It is twisting at the once stable knob, holding the door to insanity shut, now opening, creaking like madness. You can hear, even with rambling thoughts, not able to hear mine own, for subconscious tapping and noises saying, "Here I am," once more. And time again shall I haunt you, it says, till it's over. And if, only if, regeneration were to occur, only then would it maybe leave me alone. I'm sure you understand that part. But afraid I shall remain, that if it leaves me, or it, or I, shall find each other again. It's like it's destined to be over and over again. Shall I be in peace, as the door to insanity, maybe, just maybe, shall remain shut? Please, tightly shut this door. Let the guarantee of never enduring this again be true. But ever there be, forever I see, a knocking at that door, which once was sealed, now knocking again, knob turning once more. Written on hinge, what's that I see? Words as plain as black and white. Insanity on this door. As it opens again, I feel the chill of the night, bringing with it the fright. Blessed be I this time, or those who feel this way. I say good night. So that was a very deep poem that I wrote, and that's how I am at any given moment. So I'll read that poem again sometime, and I'll just do a separate video for it. But I really didn't know, I really didn't give it a title, but I've done a lot of like alliteration in my writings, which is a repetition of similar vowel sounds or similar repeating sounds. I've done a lot of had a lot of similes, like or as statements in my poetry as well, and I've just done so many hyperboles, exaggerations, and I just really the way my mind works. Is it not twisted, crazy, and thoughts cascading evermore for the thoughts throughout my mind? Though my mind's eye forever be awake, why can't I see truth, for goodness sake? Show me the truth, show me the way to better days, to live upon this world we inhabit, and seize the opportunity of, and be filled with invigoration once more. Mind may be open to the truth, hence I say these words, forsooth. Nothing but truth, in vision enlighten. No more darkness left to frighten. So henceforth shall we no longer face the grimace of moments mistaken, for it is now time for the enlightened masses to awaken. So that's a poem I just now made up on the spot. Just kind of made it up as I went. Paused a couple times to think of some lyrics, but just decided to kind of come up with a poem at the last moment, just a moment, and kind of worded it in my mind and twisted it around a little bit and changed some of the lyrics in my mind of what I was going to say, and then decided to pause and think for a second and then continue it. But that last poem I'm going to write down in a moment. So peace, much love, just of my poetry. I love you. That first one I typed out years ago, and I just went ahead and told it, and the second one I just now made up. Peace, signing out. I think I'll create a poetry channel very soon. Much love.